Welcome back to the Gfinity Arena in London for the Play Like a Legend finals weekend, the grand finals weekend. Chris Trout, Dave, by the way, we are here. We're seeing some amazing games. Group B's done and dusted. We're about to move into Group C, where we will see Aggerosemeier against Epsilon Rocky, I believe. That's right. Yeah, it is. Good. Well done, Martin. Well done, Martin. Good. You're getting it right. You're getting there, son. Well done. Now, this is one of the games, or definitely the group we've all been waiting for, because Aggie is. Did you tip him, Dave?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You're excited to see what he can do in this tournament, right?
Yeah, he's. I mean, we've mentioned it before. He's new to Ultimate Team, but obviously in the competitive FIFA scene, he's one of the biggest FIFA players. I think now Bruce Granick has retired, he might possibly be the biggest competitive FIFA player, on the scene. So
wow.
He's definitely, he's got the pedigree. It's just whether he can show it on Ultimate Team.
And Chris, Aggie is someone who's taken part in some of the previous Gfinity FIFA tournaments, although they've been sort of head-to-head based. We know exactly what he can do, but let's have a little look at the bracket so we can see who will be playing who and how the fixtures will stack up. There it is. Look, you can all see it now. It's nice and shiny and green. So Aggie and Epsilon Rocky, and then Emmy Boost versus the Polish guy who I can't pronounce. But the opening,
oh, nice.
I'm not going to lie.
That Polish guy.
I can't.
Should we make a name for him then?
How do you, Dave? Do you know?
Let's just call him Paul.
Paul
begins with a P.
Begins with a P.
Yeah.
Either way, two cracking opening fixtures in the group. So Aggie versus Rocky is the game we're going to be focusing on. I was going to say predictions, but we know which way you're going to go, Dave.
Yeah.
Chris, are you going to differ from Dave, or are you going to jump on board with Aggerosemeier?
I think I might jump on with Aggie just because I don't really know much about Paul.
He's not playing Paul. Aggerosemeier's playing Rocky.
Oh, sorry.
And Paul isn't actually a real person.
So I think I'm going to jump on with Rocky.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, because to be honest, Aggie was only really turning my head once he had started winning a lot of major tournaments like the FIWC. And up to that point, when he's come to our events, he's not actually really finished. I think in the first one, he finished 4th.
Right.
And then in R1 at G3, I don't think he made it out of the group stages, or he might have made it to the quarterfinals. But as you said, he's new to Ultimate Team competitive, and we haven't seen a lot from him in FIFA 15, if I'm honest with you. So I don't think he's quite going to have what it takes to compete with some of the people here. He might be able to get past Rocky, but I've seen Rocky play in these tournaments before, and he's looking pretty solid. So in my opinion, I'm not sure that he's actually in a good situation here. If he does win, I think it'll be a tight one. I imagine Dave's probably got better guess than I do, but based on what my limited knowledge that I possess in my brain, I don't think he's quite going to make it all the way.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm just taking a little look at the... we can see the guys in the booths here, and there's a lot of focus. There's a lot of focus. I don't know if you can get... Yeah, there you go.
Aggie's been hitting the gym.
He has been hitting the gym, yeah. He has. Rocky looks like he's got a bit of hay fever. Oh, no, he's just concentrating. But the guy's quite clearly, getting ready, getting into the right mindset. This is as much mental as it is physical. You've got to be prepared. And they, both players, Dave, will want to be getting off to the best possible start.
Yeah, when it's your first game, the worst thing that can happen to you is you can see it early on. So I consider this being a really tight start, especially the way that they both play. August is a really complete player. It's rare you see someone play like him because he can play possession like Task, but then he can attack like a huge gorilla. And I think that's one of the main reasons I've tipped him to win this, because he can switch his style like in a split second. Whereas Rocky, he's a little bit like Brian, but in my opinion, he just lacks a little, like the cutting edge. He just often, in fact, he's basically a French version of Tass.
Right.
Like he'll keep a lot of the ball, but he just doesn't always have that, the final pass.
Yeah, fair enough. We've seen some cracking goals so far. Obviously, there were a couple of competitions as well to remind you about. If you want to win a signed Leo Messi Barcelona shirt.
Oh, no, we stopped doing that because I already claimed it.
Oh, you've claimed it.
I've already claimed it.
Don't worry, we'll get another one.
I can find something. I'm sure we've got stuff lying around that'll be just as good as that.
The signed Chris Trout pyjama top. Gfinity.net/competition. That is for the Messi shirt. You can win that.
The best part about that, don't wear a pyjama top.
Great, that will put you off your lunch. If you also want to be in with the shout to get 25% off FIFA 16, then you need to check out our very good friends over at Green Man Gaming. They're offering you something amazing. That discount is the cheapest you'll find FIFA 16 anywhere in the world on PC. The details are below. Spencer was massaging it before. You're pointing at Dave. There's a trouble here with people knowing their left and right.
Right.
So the details are below. Use that code though, and you will qualify for that discount before midnight tomorrow night. We've seen some great goals. I tell you what I want to see is a few more celebrations.
I want to see someone like lift their shirt over their
That's
head.
exactly what I want to see. Yeah,
I want to see someone flip their chair. Maybe not flip the chair, because actually those are quite valuable.
Don't flip the chairs.
Don't flip the chair, but like, you know what I mean? Like, get up, do a boogie. My favourite celebration. My favourite celebration is the sprinkler. I've done that a couple of times after a victory.
Yeah, I like it.
It doesn't go down well with the other team, but boy, does the crowd love it.
Some people doing like victory laps of the booths. Actually, at home,
Actually,
if you've got your own favourite celebration at home, why don't you like just do a quick video or take a photo of yourself and tweet it into us?
Picture it, send it to us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at Gfinity, tag us and give us a look at your favourite celebration. We'll find a prize somewhere to give the best one. I've just given somebody somewhere in Gfinity a job to find a prize. But show us your best celebration and we'll give you a prize. But I think we might be close to getting ready to the game, which is where I back out and I bring in two people that know what they're doing. Dave and Chris, over to you, boys.
So here we are, Aggie, your pick for the favourite for the tournament against Epsilon Rocky. Now, Rocky's been in, I don't know, I don't think he was in the first one, but he might have been actually, but he's been in quite a few of these PLALs. So it's going to be interesting to see how he goes up against Aggie. And it's not an easy first game. Admittedly, Aggie hasn't had a lot of experience on Ultimate Team in the competitive side, so we'll have to see whether Rocky can capitalise on that. And how are you feeling going into this one for Aggie?
Well, I spoke to him before the game, and even like, as soon as he found out the groups and found out that he was in the same group as Rocky, he was like, oh, I really don't want to play Rocky. He's another one of those players. He gets frustrated when someone keeps the ball from him, and obviously that's exactly what Rocky's going to do. So it all depends on what's going through August's mind at the minute, whether he's whether he's letting that get to him too much, whether he's thinking, God, I really don't want to play him. Because if you go into any game thinking like you're just going to play negatively, and it'll have a big effect on your gameplay. So I have tipped him to win, but I think he might struggle a little bit in this game.
I mean, he had an interesting team there just before we get things started. If we can drop into the gameplay right now, he had quite an interesting team and a lot of players on there that maybe aren't traditionally used. I mean, Diego Costa, admittedly, it's the Team of the Season version, but Aggie actually opted to go with him up front. Big target man, obviously, with Team of the Season. He's going to have a pace upgrade. I think it goes up to about 86 or something like that, and obviously he's going to get a tremendous shooting stat boost. Physically, he's incredible. He's got Team of the Season, Balassi. I believe he had Inform Smalling. Yeah. I think he had Inform Yaya Toure as well back there. Man of the match, Courtois. So he's got an incredibly stacked lineup against Rocky right now.
Yeah, from what I remember as well, he's also got a Ronaldo on the bench, and he's through straight away. Who is this? Balassi? Oh my God. What a start that would have been.
That was just a lightning start. That is definitely upset Rocky a little bit there from the start. So he needs to just calm things down. Aggie obviously off to a good start. Wants to really impress coming out of the group stages and wants to show that he's here to compete with the best of them. Obviously, a bit of a newbie to the Ultimate Team competitive side, and Rocky's almost become a veteran quite quickly with the fact that he's been to quite a few of these tournaments already. So let's see how he can respond to that instant start from Aggie.
That would have been the perfect start for August, because then he can control the game. If Rocky starts playing like this when he's 1-0 down, I don't think it'll frustrate August so much, because he's still in control of the game. But whilst it's 0-0, it's just gonna keep annoying August that little bit every time he just keeps the ball. It is frustrating, because sometimes you just think, although keeping the possession is obviously a really good thing to do, you just think you're missing opportunities, and it starts frustrating. You're like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, absolutely. So Aggerosemeier on the free kick. Looks like he might whip that one in. We're actually, I believe, going to get the commentary turned off right now, just because it is on. And as nice as Martin Tyler is to listen to, you could easily go and watch real life football to listen to him, and
He's not.
This is our stage.
Yeah,
this is mine and Dave's stage right now. So Martin, you're gonna have to take a back seat right now.
Yeah, he's no Chris Trout. So
I think you're being too generous.
No. I'll compare you with Alan Smith then.
I think you sound quite a lot like Alan Smith. No. I don't know. I'm not actually sure where Alan Smith's from. Is he from Wolves as well?
No. Do you know what he
does sound similar to you.
He has a sort of Midlands accent, but I actually don't think he's from there.
That's an interesting one. I don't know where he's got that from then. Moving on. Anyway, it is 0-0 still. Had an explosive start from Aggerosemeier. Things have settled down a little bit. Just got to see how these two teams play out. Unfortunately, we didn't get the best look at what Rocky was playing with this time. I imagine his team's not too much different. He has, in fact, got Effenberg in his team, as well as Bale. He also had Suarez in there. I don't know if Suarez is playing in a more midfield role for this team. I mean, I've seen Suarez using the CDM before. Can't say I'm a big fan of it. However, it's up to you what you want to play with, and if it's working for you, then I suppose that's your gripe to take away with you. But
I think he's got Suarez centre attacking mid.
Ah, okay. So that's probably a better choice to him. I mean, obviously, in terms of attacking prowess, and he's got incredible stats.
Did you see what formation August was using? Because
at the start he was using a 4-2-3-1. I don't think he's really changed it though. So he was playing the one with the two wide men.
Yeah,
he had Inform Balassi on the left wing. I can't remember who he had on the right. I think he had Quadrado on the right.
Yeah, I spoke to him in the players' lounge just before this game, and he was saying he's still not sure of what formation to play, whether he wants to play the 4-2-3-1, wide, the normal
it's just
one.
Hit me. He beat you in the FIWC, didn't he?
He did.
I was like,
thanks for bringing that one back on.
Why do you love Aggie so much? Oh, he's beating you. It's almost like you lose to the champion, you're basically, you're just...
mostly you'd hate the person who beat you. Yeah. But, he's a nice guy, and he deserved to win it. That's why I wasn't too disheartened. I mean, if you have a game where
it'd
you
be awful losing to someone you really hate.
Oh no, it's not even that. Like, if I absolutely battered him and lost, then that would have been... I don't think I'd be quite so nice. But
see, I get salty losing at a little friendly. We had me and a guy called Ben Chalk, who works up in production, had a little friendly at Gamescom when FIFA 15 was coming out. I absolutely battered him, and then he beat me on penalties, and I was pretty salty. So I can imagine what it's like losing a final to someone like that.
Yeah, it's not nice.
It's not nice, man.
No.
Losing FIFA in general is not nice. I've seen how animated Martin and some of the guys at Gfinity get when they play FIFA. Like, literally, we've had complaints from people next door saying, what is that noise? And we've just had to say, sorry, mate, it's a game of FIFA. And usually they understand because FIFA is quite important.
If you play FIFA and there's like some noise, you know what, you can understand. That's why we need to say improve booths. That's not for Call of Duty, that's for FIFA.
Aggie on the ball right now. 30 minutes gone, still 0-0. Not a lot has happened since that one opportunity that he had early on. Just playing a little bit more of a slower style. Now, talk me through these guys' play styles. What kind of play style are we going to see from Aggie? Where does he really excel?
As I say, he's got a really complete play style, but there's one thing that frustrates a possession player. And that's someone playing possession against them, because they're just not used to it. And that's obviously what August is trying to do now. He's trying to frustrate Rocky into changing his play style and start forcing issues. Because that often happens if you go long periods without the ball. When you do finally get the ball again, you think, oh God, now I need to attack, and you'll go up the other field and lose it. You lose it again straight away. But Rocky.
So would you say Rocky's also a possessive player?
Possession? Oh yeah, heavily. That's why August didn't want to play him so much, because he just hates the way that he plays.
Well, he has got a very good attacking team to back him up if he does go forward. A lot of flair in the team as well. He's also got a bit of muscle up top in Diego Costa. I mean, that team of the season, Diego Costa, could come in very, very handy. Definitely has the pace, which I know a lot of people in the competitive scene, they want a nice, fast striker up front. Usually opt to have Ronaldo up there. I imagine he's probably got Ronaldo on the bench, and he might bring him on later on in the game if it's not quite working out for him. But right now, I mean, when you're playing a possessive game, to me it seems like pace isn't exactly the most vital stat because if you're playing, I don't know, this could be my naivety, but when you're playing such a slow build-up game, it's almost not really a big factor. You're more heavily focused on holding the ball up, and which is why he's gone with someone like Diego Costa, someone a bit more physical.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree, and that's why Brian uses Ibrahimovic up top so much just because he doesn't really need the pace, because he can, you know, he can build up slowly and just wait for the opportunities. I mean, having Ronaldo at your disposal.
He's good physically.
Yeah.
He can hold the ball up, but I don't think he's quite up to the par of someone like Ibrahimovic or Diego Costa, especially the team of the season one. So let's see, it's approaching half-time right now. 0-0 between these two combatants. Aggerosemeier on his, I'd say, Ultimate Team competitive debut. Right now, moving forward and working the ball as much as he can. Does lose it out, so it's going to be half-time going into this. Pretty standard stuff. Possession fairly even. 2 chances for Aggie, both on target. It looks like he's actually going to switch things around right now. And he's going to put Bale onto the wing, on the opposite wing. And Neymar is coming on. Chikawi also coming up behind Diego Costa, it looks like there. And we're going to be moving forward. Oh, in fact, no, in fact, he has taken... This is Rocky's team.
Yeah, no, August just...
So Ronaldo, Chikawi, Neymar, Bale, Effenberg, Torre.
It's a pretty solid team.
Very, very solid team. I mean, it's very hard to break down. A lot of muscle in there, a lot of flair as well on the wings. Let's see how Aggie combats this. Didn't actually get to see his changes in that. I'd like to know what kind of changes he's thinking of making. But, I mean, to me, it looks like maybe Rocky going with a bit more attack. Oh, no, in fact, well, I would say attack. Obviously, he's come forward and a good opportunity there, saved. But yeah, he has taken off Cuadrado. He's brought on Ronaldo. I don't know if he's made any other substitutions yet. Maldini has come on for Smalling.
Wow.
So he's got an absolute tank of a defender sitting on his bench. And Beckenbauer has come on for Koscielny. Wow. So he's brought on a massive striker in Ronaldo, but he's also gone heavily on the defensive. I think he's just looking to take this into the second leg and hopefully try and catch up on Rocky. Maybe trying to get Rocky to overcommit a little bit so he can actually take him down.
Yeah, well, we just need a goal in this, because whoever gets the first goal will really control the game, and it'll force the other player over into playing a play style which they perhaps wouldn't like to use. Oh, is that going to go in? Oh,
no
again.
Way.
Is it the... Oh,
no
and again!
Way.
That's the third time he's at the bar.
Good Lord.
Like, he's at the bar 3 times there in this game.
It's ridiculous right there. He must be shaking his head in frustration right now. Could have easily put this game in his favour, but unfortunately still hasn't quite got over the line right now. And does that kind of stuff play in your head a little bit when you've hit the bar or the post? I mean, it's almost... You've beaten the keeper at that point. You just haven't got the ball over the line.
Well, there's 2 ways you can look at it. You can look at it in the sense that, oh my God, the game is absolutely against me. What can I do? Or you can look at it, I'm creating chances. One of them will eventually go in. Obviously, the second one is how you want to be thinking. But it's not always that simple on FIFA.
How does it go in the opponent's mind? Let's say you've had someone hit your barring post 3 times. Does that play on your mind?
It depends on the chances. Like, I don't think Rocky's going to be that fussed, because the chances that August has had, which is that he has hit the bar on, have been kind of fortunate in a way. Like the deflected cross and Gareth Bale just jumping out of nowhere, hitting the bar. The second header that hit the bar, I think the keeper would have saved it anyway.
Yeah, it's almost a relief, like a feeling of invincibility in some ways, that you've actually been given. A fortunate thing, but Neymar with a lovely Berber spin inside, looking to pass it in. It does find its way to Ronaldo, goes for the shot, it's blocked. Aggerosemeier still keeping his team in this and looking to get on the counter-attack. Now he's going to play this back out as it's switched over to Ramirez. It is touched very poorly. Now Rocky in possession of the ball. Bale on the right wing. He's going to cut it back. Finds Ronaldo in the centre as he lays it off. Oh, it is tackled, but Effenberg again picks it up, plays it out to Kyle Walker. He's going to try and build up this play once again. Chikawi on the ball. Plays that one out to Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure on a yellow card. Needs to be careful not to get sucked into a bad challenge. Neymar does find it. Poor pass, unfortunately. Does not land anywhere. And Aggie just cleaning that one up. But Rocky, a lot of possession going in his way. Aggie needs to get control of this ball right now and hold it out. Yeah,
if August goes 1-0 down, I do think he's going to struggle.
As it finds its way to Neymar. Neymar, what is he going to do? Tries to cut inside. Great defending from Aggie. It is shepherded out, and Yaya Toure picks up the ball one more time. Tries to play it into Ronaldo. But no, Aggie has picked up this one. Now he needs to possibly slow this game down a bit, wait for the numbers to come and help him out. As right now he is losing the ball. Oh, just manages to keep control of it. Lovely 1-2. Di Maria on the ball now. He needs to wait for some support. Lovely passing play from Aggie as he runs down the wing. No one really in the middle to receive across if he did opt to go for it. But Ronaldo's going to cut down the wing. Again, passes it short. Here comes Balassi. It finds its way to him. He goes for the fake shot. Great defending from Rocky, and that's played out.
He predicted that really well. That was such good anticipation.
Now it's time for Rocky to attack with Bale. He's actually going to slow it down a bit. He's playing the wiser opportunity. Knows that he needs numbers in his favour, as he's going to wait for people to move up. Just playing the ball around now. Both these guys going to be probably pretty happy going in 0-0 if it stays this way into the second half.
I think, yeah. I mean, well, I don't think August will be too happy with it because of the 3 posts, but I do think on the balance of play, a draw wouldn't be an unfair result. No, I don't think it'd be an unfair result on either of them. But, you know, there's still 10 minutes left. Someone can nick a late winner.
So, Aggie playing this out of defence. 10 minutes left in this leg of the game. Still got 2 legs to remember in each game. As the ball's played out to Aspilaqueta. He's going to look to switch the play. I think both guys, after that last opportunity, just happy to see this out, play a little bit more of a passing game and wait for the end of the whistle and approach this differently going into the next half. Let's see if there's one more little opportunity for one of these guys.
Ronaldo's back post.
Here comes the cross. Oh, just claimed in the end. Neuer picks that one up. Nice to see a bit more of a Bundesliga kind of team going here. We have seen a lot of BPL teams. Rocky opting to have a little bit of a different one. It's nice to see, as he's going to move this one out. Does find its way to Shekawi. Shekawi plays it into Torre. Neymar on the ball. Again, the strength of this team just outdoing Rocky right there. Possibly Rocky maybe thinking he should have not opted to go in Neymar. It's quite a physical battle, the entire team that Aggie has. A lot of physical stats in their favour. So it could be a difficult battle. Here comes the chance. It is crossed in. It's not dealt with, and Rocky capitalises on it with a loose ball. It ends up in the back of the net, and Rocky, you have to say, it was coming eventually, but it's unfortunate for Aggerosemeier the way that came in. It was just an unexpected cross, not really dealt with.
Yeah, it was really lucky. I'm not really sure what the keeper was playing at. He basically just give Rocky a free goal. And that's I'm pretty sure that's a team of the season, Courtois as well.
Yeah, man of the match.
Well, that's going to be really frustrating. I mean, this is his only real chance of the game. Well, maybe I think he's had 2 chances all game. But that's really not ideal for August.
That's really unfortunate. You can see how much that means to Rocky. It's just a sigh of relief for him, and I think Aggie's a bit upset with that. You can see in his face. Possibly meant that to go another way. I mean, he did hit the post and the bar 3 times in that game. I mean, with the way that things are going in that game, it looked like Aggie should have really walked away with the advantage going into this next one.
Yeah.
But Rocky obviously manages to make it count and gets a goal.
Yeah, I think a draw would have been a fair result, despite the 3 posts for August, because as I said, although he did hit the post 3 times, I think a couple of them were fortunate. But yeah, to concede a goal like that in the 90th minute, that's, you know, it's demoralising. So August, you know, he's been there before. He's you know, he's played loads of tournaments. He will have gone behind in quite a few. So, you know, he knows what to do. It's just whether he can translate it onto the pitch.
Yeah, so just looking at his team right now, he was actually playing Suarez up front alongside Bale. And for this game, so Rocky's in the lead 1-0. It was a fortunate goal.
Yeah.
I think that it's fair to say that Aggie probably a bit annoyed with how that went down. Hit the post and the bar 3 times. Managed to concede a really sloppy goal as well. So it's probably playing on his mind. He's probably a bit disappointed in himself and how that game ended up. What are you doing as Aggie? How are you thinking, and what are you going to do to try and improve things?
It is difficult because, as I said, Rocky plays that sort of play style, which it frustrates everyone you play against. And whilst he was still 0-0, August could kind of match him. He could play his own sort of possession, but now he's 1-0 down. You don't really have the time in the game to start playing possession, whereas Rocky has all the time in the world because he doesn't need to score.
Yeah.
So it just depends. I think August will still try and he'll follow suit. He'll play like that for the first half, and then the second half, if he's not got a goal back or he hasn't created many chances, I can see him going to a much more attacking formation. Absolutely.
So if you're Rocky in this situation, what are you thinking and what are you doing?
Rocky, okay.
You're 1-0 up, possibly got quite fortunate.
Yeah.
How are you thinking? What's the game plan? Are you trying to see it out? I mean, 90 minutes, sometimes it can feel like it goes like that, and then other times it can feel like it just goes on forever. Is he looking for another goal, or is he going to keep playing it the same way? Is he going to go a bit more defensive?
I can't see him changing the way he played just because, as I said, that game was so tight, there was nothing really in it. So, yeah, I think he'll just be playing the same, maybe slightly more conservative, just, a bit more safer in possession. But other than that, no, can't really see him changing up.
Absolutely. So in the other game, we've got Emmy Boost versus the man that we've named Paul for this occasion. He's actually 1-0 up in that game. So we could see a situation where we've got all three of our previous champions making their way into the knockout stage, which will always be good to see. And it will be interesting to see if they can... I think if a champion made it through and won the entire thing, it would definitely seal the deal that they are the ultimate champion for the PLALC Legend Championships.
Yeah, he would. But at the same time, if someone... he had the chance to...
Oh, he's still in here. Balassi going forward. He stopped and turned his side.
Oh, what's the ref done? He's brought him back
for a free kick. I think he might have been losing that one. He does take the free kick. It's smashed straight at the wall.
Balassi would have had a chance to shoot then. Well, that looks really not with him at the moment, but...
That's got to be playing on his mind at some point. That would definitely be playing on mine. Like the world is really much against me at the moment.
Yeah, he'd be really... Oh, I wouldn't be happy with that either.
I can imagine what you'd be like in there.
I'd be furious.
You'd flip the chair.
Yeah,
the monitor be all the way around the other side.
Yeah, that beef wouldn't be very soundproof, put it that way. I'd definitely test it.
I'd be like, I wonder how soundproof this thing is. Whack! Controller into the wall. Right. So, 0-0 in this game, but obviously over the aggregate score, it is 1-0 to Rocky. Got very fortunate. Aggie possibly a little bit kicking himself that he didn't manage to get much out of that game after an impressive performance. 12 minutes gone in this second half, this second leg even. And we're just going to see Quadrado get a booking for a challenge in there. I mean, it's up to Aggie right now to really bring this game back. Obviously, Rocky can afford to play a little bit more passive. Obviously, he can't get too complacent with the way things are going. 1-0 is such a small lead, especially on a game like FIFA. It's not like real life where you can hold on to it for as long as you want. You can't really park the bus to the extent that you can in real life. But it's up to Rocky to really keep things going, and it's up to Aggie to bring something out.
Rocky doesn't have to do a thing. It's all down to August. It's August who's got to step up. It is really... It's slightly comforting when, you're not the one who has to do it. You're in complete control, but, this is FIFA and no one's ever really in that much control.
Yeah. I imagine when you're playing someone who's so possessive-minded, and with their play style, that being even just 1-0 up is actually a massive
it is.
comfort zone to be in, because you don't expect them to attack so many. It's not like they're going to be constantly hammered with chances. Yeah,
when you're playing someone who keeps possession, the absolute worst thing that could happen to you is you go 1-0 down.
Yeah.
That is when it really does get frustrating, because you're going to see less and less of the ball as the game goes on. But if you take a 1-0 lead, you're in control, you start playing possession against them, and that's when they start getting really frustrated. And that's what you want. You want to frustrate your opponent as much as possible, because that's when they start making mistakes.
Speaking of frustration, looks like Aggie's getting a little bit frustrated. He's given away 2 free kicks now. Actually been booked again. Di Maria this time.
I think there's been 4 yellow cards now in this game, 2 for each.
Bit of a dirty game. There's clearly some bad blood going on right now. Aggie not very happy with the result, and Rocky just trying to hold on for what's going on. As he's making the attacking play right now, looks to pass it inside. Again, Rocky reading that like a textbook, picks it up, and he's going to start to move that one out. It's going to go over to Brem. And playing it to Modric. And Balassi's going to pick this one up. Balassi just looking to find a pass. Now, maybe it's fair to say that Aggie should slow this down. He actually goes for the punt upfield. It does find Balassi. He cuts inside, and again he's cutting the outside.
Nice.
Comes inside one more time. Looks for the pass. Taken out by Rocky.
Yeah, he had a shot then. It wasn't a pass. I think if he got that shot away, I think he would have gone for a throw-in. Oh, that's frustrating when you take a short corner and your centre-back comes for it. Chris Smalling, of all people, you want him in the box. Oh, that's nice. Oh, he just didn't... He wraps his foot around here a bit too much.
He's so dangerous at the moment inside that penalty box. Like, Rocky is very unnerved at the moment. Just the constant change of direction and trying to keep it unpredictable is really throwing him off. Right now, it's up to Aggie. It looks like just a little bit more of a slower play there, and focusing more on individual play seems to be what's working for Aggie right now, whereas he had those opportunities in the last game, but overall didn't have too many opportunities, didn't have too many clear-cut chances, whereas in this game he's made a handful of chances basically from nothing by just being a bit more patient and relying on his individual ability.
Yeah. And that's what he's best at. He's good in and around the box with those little drag backs, and they're really hard to read because you can do them in pretty much any direction. You can come back on yourself. You can come back on yourself slightly and go forward again. So they are really hard to read.
Aggie just intercepting that. It is going to be out-muscled by Sturridge. Sturridge playing on that wing. It's a header to the back post. How has he managed to do that?
That would have sealed it.
That was Emil Heskey-like. That being able to have an open goal like that and actually put it backwards rather than forwards. It was a really awful header, and with Ronaldo, you expected to bag those 10 out of 10 every time. But unfortunately, Rocky is not going to get that. Could have sealed the deal right there, and Aggie's probably breathing a sigh of relief that he's gotten away with that. Now the ball comes up the field, and Bale looking to go inside. It finds Suarez, but sits to the back post. Ronaldo hustles it into the back of the net. Rocky is 2-0 up on an aggregate score, and it is not looking good for Aggie right now. He's really had a tough time. It's another scrappy goal that just is really probably playing on the confidence of Aggie.
Yeah, I mean, on the balance of play, I still think over both games, a draw would still be fair at the moment, but that was a really well-worked chance by Rocky, to be fair, and now August, he needs to change something up and see where he can take it. See
what
if
do you think he needs to do to change it?
I think he'll go to a 4-3-1-2 formation. Do a lot more through balls and just
almost playing with three strikers in sense.
Yeah, pretty much. I think he's going to come out in the second half and he's going to play a bit like a huge gorilla. He's going to be very aggressive in attack, but I mean, Rocky's going to love that because he can just defend with numbers.
Well, he's taken the risk to play a nice physical player like Diego Costa up front. It hasn't really paid off for him so far. We haven't actually seen much of him in this half at all. Saw him get involved in a couple of chances in the first game. Not quite working out the same in this one. Maybe it's time to take him off and switch things up a little bit. I see Sturridge pinging in across. It falls to Ronaldo. It's not going to be headed in. And it's half-time.
Yeah, not the best off. Like, if you're August, but he's definitely going to change it up now.
So, let's see what changes Rocky is going to be making going into this one. We do, in fact, see Ibrahimovic is going to be coming on this time. We didn't see him in the first game.
No,
he has brought him on this time, maybe looking to just control things up top a little bit more. We've seen that he is in that 2-0 possession lead right now, so he doesn't have to play the most attractive football. I've always said that sometimes crossing on this game, it can be a bit of a lottery. It's never the most straightforward thing. It's not like you're always going to get it. It seems like a coin toss at times. And with a 2-0 lead, you can afford to play Messi FIFA, where he's just going to go down the wing and swing crosses. And I think that's why he's maybe brought on Ibra, is just to keep, when he goes on the attack, he's just going to run up the wing. Hopefully Ibra can get a header and give him a bit more of a cushion. Yeah,
I mean, the way he plays, he can definitely do that. But I can't see him changing the way he's played.
No?
He's only put a few crosses in so far, so now I think he's just going to play...
Gives him another option.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he's going to play the same, but if he does cross it in, if it doesn't go to Ronaldo, then the likelihood is Ibrahimovic is going to be there. So, yeah, we'll have to see. I'm more interested to see how August is going to try and come back from it, because coming back from... I mean, possession players are usually so strong in defence, so you got one half to get 2 goals. I mean, it's obviously not a lot of goals, but from what we've seen so far, Rocky's defence has been pretty solid. And it's just kicking off. I'm pretty sure August is going to have 3 strikers.
Torre is going to be subbed on for Rocky. Ronaldo coming on once again. Let's see if he makes the Maldini and Beckenbauer changes as well. Sissoko comes on. So he's going to have a little bit more of a midfield approach right now. And Maldini has come on. So he's still opting to play a bit more defensive when maybe he needs to be thinking more along the lines of an attacking force. So let's see how that works out for Aggie. Obviously, he needs to play a bit more attacking orientated. He's got to at least get 2 goals in one half of FIFA. He hasn't scored a single goal in 3 halves so far, so he's up against it right now as Rocky's looking to play us into Ronaldo. Ronaldo, he's going to cut back, but Aggie takes him down. And he's going to start to play that out very, very slowly as Ronaldo has received the ball. So let's see what he's going to do. Rocky just respecting the skills right now, backing off and anticipating the pass at the right time. However, he has conceded a free kick.
Yeah, he doesn't need to press on all. He can just play whatever style he wants to. So
yeah, so let's see if Aggie can capitalise on this. It has found its way to Diego Costa. He has gone down. Referee says no penalty, and Waves play on. Ibra pushing forward on this strength of Ibra as Effenberg plays that back. It has found its way out to Brahimi. And the ball is going to come back into Aggerosemeier's possession right now as he looks to play in Balassi. Balassi does have possession of the ball, cuts it back inside, waiting for a run from one of his players, finds Ronaldo loose, it goes through the keeper's legs, and Aggie has found his breakthrough with Ronaldo. Game on, 2-1, he's got limited time left, but it's still possible to bring this back and get the game to a silver goal.
That just brings me back to the point that Spencer was making. Yeah, Spencer was making about Neuer. He's always got a mistake in him, and it's so strange for a 90-rated keeper to make so many mistakes. Yeah, someone like Courtois, who's what rating is he? I'm not too sure. He's an 86.
86.
Yeah,
well, he's got a man on the match one who's 87. So.
Well, but yeah, an 86 Courtois makes a lot less mistakes. It is weird to see, but yeah, do you know what? On the balance of play, I think it was deserved purely because of that first goal that Rocky scored in that first game.
He's had so much fortune go against him that it's about time that he got something to go for him this time. And it's almost like it has balanced out in the end. So Aggie, he's back in a good position right now. He's probably feeling a lot more confident. Rocky maybe a little bit shaken the fact that he isn't invincible. Eventually, some fortune isn't going to go his way. And let's see how the two answer back on this. Now, 2-1 in the aggregate score to Rocky. Aggie looking to move forward as he's playing this very, very quickly now, stepping up the tempo a bit as he plays it back to Azpilicueta. Maldini now in the defence in place of Chris Smalling, I believe, if it was. So, the ball's going to come forward, and Neymar has picked this one up. Neymar looking to come inside, and he is going to find the wall of Aggerosemeier.
Yeah, it was way too predictable, that little body feint he was doing. Are we going to see that goal again, maybe? Come on, show us again.
First
here we
shot
go.
And first goal.
What are you doing, Manuel Neuer?
I think the thing is, in real life, you could probably expect that. It was a first-time finish. I don't think he expected it. So, as far as realism goes, it probably happens. But in FIFA, it's never a nice goal to concede.
I mean, I know EA Sports each year to try and make it a bit more realistic, but at the end of the day, like from my point of view and every other competitive player, it is still a game, and you don't want luck.
You want consistency.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want luck to be as big a factor as what it is. Like, just little things from like when the ball hits off the ref, when you're making a pass, it's going straight to your player, and he deflects it, and it goes straight to your opponent. Yeah, it's realistic. It happens in real life quite a lot, but it's not something that you want happening to you. Who's going to get?
Goes Aggie.
That's offside,
offside, unfortunately.
No, he wasn't. He got the foul.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's going to be dragged back, so if he can convert this quickly before he manages to get a man on the line, he's going to have a very good chance of this. Now, he has got a lot of good free kick takers to be able to put this into the top bin. He goes for the power. It falls to someone. It's gone wide. I think it...
Chris Smalling. Out of every player on the pitch. You know what? I think he would have preferred Courtois than that over Chris Smalling.
He was probably wishing that he took him off instead of Koscielny at the break, but unfortunately, he's got to stick with informed Smalling, who managed to get himself up there. Now it's up to Aggie. Just over 10 minutes left in the final moments of this game. Can he get the goal back to take this to at least a silver goal right now? Rocky pushing hard for an opportunity right now. Ronaldo in possession of the ball. Just needs to slow it down, run the clock down, It's good passing play, lovely 1-2 between Neymar and Toure as it's found its way to Bale. Ibrahimovic finds the ball to Bale, and that is going to be a goal that surely sealed it up. Epsilon Rocky with some incredibly good passing there.
I want to see that again. I'm not too sure. He looked like he passed it straight into...
hopefully we can get a replay of that if our production team would be so kind at the end of the game to mark that one down.
From what it looked like to me, it looked like he'd passed the ball and it was going straight into...
It went through a couple of defenders, didn't it?
It looked like he was just going to be easily intercepted by two of his centre-backs, and all of a sudden they have nowhere. They've just parted like the Red Sea, and, you know, there's Gareth Bale.
And... that it is 3-1 on aggregate to Epsilon Rocky right now. Aggerosemeier, his debut in the Ultimate Team competitive scene, and it's not the best of starts right now. Lovely chance, just goes over the bar. He's really trying to get a goal from anything he possibly can snatch at right now, and unfortunately, the fortune's still not going in his way. So, it's doom and gloom. It's crunch time for Aggerosemeier. He's got to get 2 goals back in quick succession. Very much possible. Could never count one of these pro players out, but it's very much against him right now, and he's struggled to get goals through the entire 2 legs. It would take an incredible feat right now to be able to get them back. Let's see what happens. The crowds are cheering for the end of the match. They're blowing their imaginary whistles at the referee. Rocky is also chanting along with them, wishing that the game would end right now as Bale is moving forward. All he's got to do is hold on to this ball for a little bit longer and see out the final whistle. He's going to go for a throw-in. He's going to throw that short to Bale. Bale once again tries the quick pass. It's not going to land, though. That's surely going to seal the deal, regardless of whether Aggie scores at this present moment as Balassi charges forward. The hopes and dreams of Aggie's first game going down the toilet, as he does still have an opportunity, but it has found its way to Ronaldo with one last opportunity, taken out by Chris Smalling, and Aggie's going to move that out. And there you go, 3-1 in the end to Epsilon Rocky. He knows he's still got a job to do. He's got to take on, most likely, Emmy Boost. I'll have to update you on who exactly the winner of that one was. But as you see, Epsilon Rocky taking down the veteran Aggerosemeier in that matchup. We'll have to see how Aggie bounces back from that and whether Rocky can conceal the fears that he has right now and push forward into the next game. So,
yeah, Dave, bad start for August, but, you know, not the end of the world. He's not hit the tournament yet, so fair play to Rocky. It was a really solid performance. It was a bit of fortune, but then again, that was one of August's goals. So,
do you think that's where it went wrong for Aggie? Maybe it wasn't necessarily how he played. Maybe the fortune just didn't go his way, or do you think he could have changed things, maybe played a bit differently?
I think there's only so much you can put down to fortune, to be honest, before you start clutching at straws. I mean, he wasn't lucky, like, mate, no mistake about it, but Rocky had a really solid game as well. And yeah, I think on the balance of play, on the chances, Rocky probably just edged it, but I think the scoreline's slightly flattering.
Do you think that Aggie's going to bounce back from this? I mean, obviously he's got to play either Emmy Boost or main man Paul in that one. And obviously Emmy Boost, previous Play Like a Legend champion, he's obviously got the upper hand in this. He's played quite a lot of Ultimate Team before. This is Aggie's first Ultimate Team tournament. Do you think that he will be able to bounce back from this? And how do you think he needs to change things going into what could potentially be his last game?
Well, he's a champion on past titles. He's a champion on this one as well. So, you know, he's been there before. He knows exactly what he needs to do in the next game. And it's not every game you're going to be playing someone like Rocky who plays that possession style of football. So he just needs to make sure he doesn't let it get to himself too much, and, you know, just keep playing the way he did, because he didn't play bad in that game. He just, you know, when he came down to it, the fortune just didn't go in his favour.
Well, thanks to our lovely production team, we've actually got a replay of that goal that sealed the deal for Rocky. And let's get that up on your screens right now so we can see how the final nail in the coffin was put down for Aggie, as Rocky does make a lovely 1-2 here. Some lovely plays. And you see Bale just make this off-the-ball run from that 1-2 with Ibra and just slots it round the keeper.
Yeah, he
incredibly well played.
He looked like, I'm not sure which defender it was, but he looked like one of the defenders was just about running, intercepting, and all of a sudden he kind of jinked round. It was really strange, and basically just let Bale have a free shot at goal.
So he's going to be playing Emmy boost, Rocky, and in that one, his possessive play really worked out for him. And now you had some doubts about Emmy coming into this one, and watching back all the videotapes of the last season, I was a little bit skeptical about Emmy as well. He did lose one of his first group games, and he didn't have the most convincing performance. He didn't have almost like champion-worthy performances last season. Do you think that Rocky's going to have a good time against him, both being French, I believe, so it's going to be an interesting showdown.
Yeah, I mean, I was sceptical about Emmy, but I don't necessarily think he wasn't a worthy champion. He definitely deserved it, but as you're saying, just some of his performances, they weren't as commanding as, say, what Brian's have been in the past and what Huge Gorillas have been. So, I mean, he did beat Rocky in the last one, so, you know...
Rematch, then.
Yeah, exactly. He's already got a mental advantage, but as I said before, Rocky's he's a player like Tass. He's always one of those names that I mentioned to go far in tournaments, but, you know, as of yet, he hasn't really performed, so maybe this can be a change for him.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Rocky, just in that whole performance, I would say for the first leg, looked a little bit uncomfortable at times. He looked like he was just waiting to feel out Aggie, and then all of a sudden it seemed to click for him at the right time, and he managed to get himself forward. He got 2 goals in that second leg, and the last one was absolutely breathtaking how it was put together. And if he could continue that going into the game against Emmy, I have no reason to believe that he wouldn't be able to get himself into the knockout stages as the champion of the group.
Yeah, he's mainly through the groups. I think he's only made it through the groups on one occasion, actually. I think this may be his third event, but as I said, he did really play well against August, and I have to agree. I think he did kind of just like see him out for a little bit, just to kind of understand how August is going to play. Because as I said, August he's one of those very few players that he has 2 different play styles that he can play. He can either play possession or extremely direct. So he kind of just like took like 30, 40 minutes just to see how August was going to play, and then just went for it.
Well, we'll have to see how it goes out. The showdown, the rematch between Rocky and Emmy is about to go down to decide who gets the first seed coming out of Group C into our knockout stages tomorrow. We'll be right back after this break. Make sure you don't go anywhere.